Question and answers time. From my Padawans. Just playing. Alright, let's do this, guys. Let's get through some questions. I'm going to skim over the comments. Thank you in the comments. I love all your comments. Let me try to answer questions here. What's the greatest discovery and experience in a lucid dream you experience, like talking to unknown species to get answers on life and this kind of things? Yes. I've actually even literally had my life saved by some of the information I've been given, okay? I was told about a health condition that I had that I didn't know I had, and I was in big trouble and didn't even know it. I came back here, got tested, found out I did have it, treated it myself and healed it by other information they gave me. So yeah, things to that level, as well as knowledge about life that you can't find in a book on this planet. So yes, those are the kind of things. That's why it's worth pursuing. Awesome question, man. Okay, next question. I'm going to try heavy negatives on chin-ups. How would you suggest attacking it rep set wise? I do full body 3 times a week, so I'm going to get them in my second day. Recovery GPP day. Okay. If it's your first time doing heavy negative chin-ups, I would just do one nice set. Warm up well. Maybe do some body weight chin-ups, get all the muscles and ligaments warm, and then do one really heavy negative set like you saw in my video. I think I did two. Yeah, I did 2 sets the other night, but just do one your first time. Depending on how overloaded you are in weight, I don't have any idea how many reps you'll get. It really doesn't matter. Just give it your all. If you get 3 good reps or 15 good reps, I don't care. Just do one all-out set of heavy negatives and give it everything you got, okay? You'll probably be good and sore just from that. It's about as intense a form of training as there is. So yeah, that's my suggestion, for a general guideline. Okay, another question. How to learn to love yourself and have more confidence. I was training in boxing and competition. One guy hit me so hard that it knocked me out, and immediately, and after some time my nose kind of changed shape and it really is bothering me. After that, my self-confidence went so much down, and I thought I'm very ugly, even though it's just a little of a difference that even my friends aren't recognizing. Please help. Yeah, I don't know if it helps, but this nose here's been broken, I don't know, a lot. And I have extra bone here that makes it thicker than it used to be. I know that if you straighten it right after it's been broken, like if it's crooked, you gotta shove it, you gotta get everything back in place so when it heals it'll be straight. But yeah, as far as little things like that, little scars, little marks that we get from life, especially as a guy, if you learn to have confidence in yourself, those things will only be a credit to you instead of something that takes away from you. I know guys who wish they had things like that. They they wish they had deformities from being in such brutal fights because they feel like it would make them look more manly and more cool. So there's a lot of different ways of looking at this, but trust me, the guys that I've seen that have the charisma, they can have the worst acne in the world, they can be nothing special the way they're built or their physique or anything like that. But if they have that charisma, every dude that they run into thinks they're cool. They make friends everywhere they go. The chicks all want to be with them. Trust me, man, it's more about how you see yourself. That's going to affect more the way other people treat you than anything. So you're on the right path talking about learning how to love yourself better. If it's not too far out for you, check out my feline energy video, okay? The information there, the energy there is all about how to learn, how to go deep inside and actually find your divine center, okay? Let me know if it makes any sense to you. Let me know if you get anything from it, and we can go from there. And thank you for your question. Your nether row idea. This is another question now. I didn't think it was legit. I went to the gym and I tried it. Holy freaking shit. The stretch is fucking insane. Rack pull equivalent for the upper mid back. Exactly, my friend. Also, you can go super heavy and they are not too taxing on your central nervous system. Better recovery. We'll definitely keep doing these. You figured it out, man. You figured it out. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing way to build a part of your back better than anything that's out there, you know. I'm not lying when people ask me how'd you build a back that's, unique and exceptional. This is one of the main things right there, okay? So I'm glad you figured it out for yourself. Use it well, benefit, build a back that people around you just, don't know how you do it. But also feel free to, spread the good word about this channel. I'd like to help a lot more people with a lot more things, okay? And this goes for all you guys. Anybody that you can get, to check out this channel, there's something for them, okay? And there's going to be a lot more for everybody. Alright, so thanks for that. And keep rolling with it, man. Get them gains. Alright, new question. How do you think someone should eat for maximum health and vitality? And how is the best way to consume those vitamins that you say are essential, like K2 and magnesium? As far as K2, D3, and magnesium, which are a special trio, consume all three of those with a heavy food that has plenty of oil or fat in it, okay? For me, that means that big jar of peanut butter I eat every night. That's what I mix it with. Now, if you haven't watched the videos, I'd recommend you check out my dietary videos under the health playlist, and then that should clear up a lot of your questions on what I do for extreme vitality, as far as what I eat, what I don't, intermittent fasting, things like that. Check those videos out and let me know what you get from it, and then any additional questions from there we can clarify further. Good question, and thank you. The next question is, what is your opinion about Elliot Hulse? I've watched his channel. I've enjoyed a lot of his videos. I've picked up some useful tips, some useful information on how to correct postural issues that were limiting me on certain movements and stuff. I think it's really cool that the guy combines a lot of philosophical type stuff with strength training. Obviously, I combine a vast array of things that people don't think are connected, so I can certainly respect somebody else who's sharing different parts of who they are and putting it all together. So yeah, pretty kick-ass, pretty good channel, man. I don't know all his stuff, but from what videos I've watched, I would have only positive things to say about that guy and his channel. Kick-ass song recommendations. Lately for me, for getting pumped up, okay, there's two Soil songs I like for that. Halo and Deny Me. I love those two. Amon Amarth, as far as getting ready to go bend a barbell, I like Pursuit of Vikings. I like Twilight of the Thunder God. Death and Fire. It's fucking, like, even a chick will grow a beard if she hears that song, okay? It's that, like, your testosterone will go up about 18,000% when you just listen to that song, and then you go lift and set a personal best. It's awesome. Anything by Insomnium, they're a band from Finland. I don't know if you're aware of them. Listen to some of their stuff. It's badass. Yeah, those are kind of the ones I've been using recently. And it changes. Right now I have half a dozen tunes that are my favorite for getting, powered up. And you ask me a year from now, the list will probably be a little different, but that's what I've been using lately. Amon Amarth is always good. I mean, anybody that listens to that just acknowledges that whether they meant to or not, they just accidentally became 12 times more manly. So you can't go wrong with that. Alright, here's another one. You seem wise and enlightened. Could you please write some keywords in your title? Questions and answers. Doesn't say much. Probably discourages people from clicking your videos. Just write question and answer and some keywords. This content should get out there, or timestamp it. Okay, man, thank you for the suggestions. I think starting today I will aim to timestamp these question and answer videos. That's a really good idea to help people, access what information they want quickly. And yeah, any way to get this information out there. Again, guys, spread it around, let people see this channel, bring them to it. There's a lot for everybody. So yeah, useful suggestions and any help growing the channel is much appreciated. And it's going to be a mutual benefit for anybody. That's the big idea. Good call. I'm going to start timestamping these Q&As. Alright, some cool comments. Yo, Nether Beast, does intermittent fasting actually have a fat loss, metabolic, and muscle building advantage, or is it just a way to control appetite? It has lots of advantages along those lines. Check out my intermittent fasting videos under the health playlist. There should be links. There are links under the videos to help you see some science on it. And from there, Google will bring up a whole bunch more links with scientific studies showing a lot of the amazing things that it can do. You should educate yourself a little bit on that so you can feel inspired. That's one of those subjects, unlike some things I talk about that really do just come through the nether. That's one of those things, there's plenty of science. It's not like you have to believe me. You can go and read tons of studies on it. There's a lot of good information out there about intermittent fasting, so check it out, man. You won't be disappointed. Also, I've started a cut. I'm probably 25% body fat from a dirty bulk. I want an arm-dominant physique. I'm currently at 15.2 inch fatceps. I've only recently started training my arms seriously with significant recoverable volume. Will I be able to have 15 plus inch arms at a 12% itch body fat, 4 months cut? Well, it's entirely possible. Yeah, it's entirely possible. Everything's going to be cause and effect. How you train, how you diet, it's all going to factor in. But can you achieve that? Absolutely. Being that I don't know which muscle fiber types you have more of in your arms, I don't know whether to recommend. It seems like you're doing more volume for now. Let me know how that goes. It's good to do volume stages one way or another, no matter which kind of genetics you have. So do volume training like you're doing on your arms for a while. When you get down to your body fat goal, see what size they're at. If they're not big enough, then let me know. I can help you throw in some new ways to totally shock them to make them grow. But your plan sounds good. You're just going to have to write it out and see, where you get to. Let me know if that makes sense or if you have any more specific questions about it. And thanks for that. How do you build upper traps so when you face somebody they pop out of your shirt? Basically, any kind of heavy-ass rack pulling stuff to me is the best. I don't ever do shrugs, and I have big-ass upper traps. So, to me, that just comes from lifting heavy-ass things, and your traps get stretched really hard. It's that stretch overload that Alex from Alpha Destiny has described very well, in a lot of different ways. He's described it, and it's very true. When it comes to that whole getting yoked thing, that heavy-ass overload stretching deeply into the muscles at the top of your back really does it, So find variations of rack pulls that you really like and just get really goddamn strong, okay? And you'll end up having big traps that pop up. I honestly think that even if professional bodybuilders would train that way, they would get more yoked than doing their their row variations or whatever the hell it is most of them are doing for their traps. If they would seriously overload the muscle with some heavy-ass rack pulls, they would have much better backs. Because again, to me, the back is the most unexercised, underdeveloped thing in modern bodybuilding. Still, even after a couple guys came along and showed people that, your back could be twice as thick as everybody thought it could, people just don't. They have even professional bodybuilders have this little limited mentality where, oh, today's back day, so I'm going to hit all these different exercises for back today, and that's going to be it. Well, your back has much more musculature and angles to it than any other section of your body. This is why I don't even train the back in one day. I take 2 or 3 days, I'm doing a 3-day series of videos right now on how to devastate and dig into your back like nobody knows how to do for that reason. So, Anyway, the top of your traps, yeah, mostly just heavy ass rack pull variations is going to be, to me, the best. Let me know if for some reason when you get to where you're rack pulling 1,000+ pounds on the regular, well, or not even that, depends on your frame size, but let me know if you don't get some nice upper trap development just from the stretch overload that comes from picking up really heavy things and having it stretch on your traps really hard. Alright, thank you for your question. Are these plus your negative, so you're looking at my 2-day back attack videos so far. Are these plus your negative pull-ups only for advanced lifters? I wouldn't say the exercises themselves are only for advanced lifters. The intensity with which I'm doing it is. If you're like a new lifter, I'd say when it comes to say the weighted overload negative pull-ups, you don't even need to add weight. Just do however many reps you can do on a pull-up, and then have a chair or something in front of you, and when you can't do legit reps anymore, start stepping yourself up and then do some negatives on the end of your sets. That'll make it dig deep into the muscles. That'll be really intense. If you don't need to add, a bunch of weights, then you don't need to, But no, I would not say that these exercises in and of themselves should not be done by new people. I mean, if they teach noobs to bench press where you're underneath a bar that you could drop on your neck and literally kill yourself, then I don't see how, overload pull-ups and nether rows is really dangerous at all compared to that, you know what I mean? So, no, it's not off limits for new people. It's just a matter of what level of intensity you got to take it to get gains, and that's based on, how much training you have, what your body's able to do, and what it takes to shock it further, So good question. Can you make a video with examples of food combinations? In another video said you need to combine certain foods for them to digest optimally. I'd love to see some examples. Never really cared for meat anyways. Yeah, I need to do something like that. I have a few people asking for something along those lines, so I'll put something together. In the meantime, let me tell you guys this. Digestive enzymes. I use plant-based digestive enzymes to digest all sorts of food and combinations of food. When I do put foods together that are not necessarily going to be a proper food combination, I make sure I eat digestive enzymes with them. That way, all that stuff gets digested and used. Digestive enzymes are one of those special supplements that especially bodybuilders or anybody who eats extra large meals or anything ever would really benefit from. Really anybody in society would benefit because everybody's eating improper food combinations, and these digestive enzymes will help you digest it well anyway. Ultimately, the higher ideal is for all of us to learn what to combine with what, but in the meantime, in order to be able to digest whatever it is you are eating and use it better, I highly recommend plant-based digestive enzymes, okay? Good question. But yeah, there's going to be more in the future on food combinations. Respect for trying to help people with their problems. I enjoy hearing you talk about that kind of stuff. Thank you, man. I'm also curious how you approach biceps. I know it's such a simple body part and function, but I consider mine to be my worst part, and I'm always keen on hearing different approaches from other people. Okay. Now, when it comes to a worse part, like a part of your physique you identify as being the one that you're having the most trouble getting it to grow, I don't know if you've studied it yet, but check out Nucleus Overload. I think Team 3D Alpha, I think that's the dude's YouTube channel who really explains that well. He did a lot of videos on Nucleus Overload. He does explain the concept and the understanding of it really well. So I would use that for one thing. I would do a Nucleus Overload phase for a month or two on that muscle, and then I would shift into heavy mode where I might do like heavy weighted chin up negatives and focus on my biceps, and heavy Yates rows focusing on the biceps. stuff where you can really overload them with heavy weight. But first I would do the nucleus overload phase. You know, that's just my thoughts. That's what I would do for biceps. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to go a different way, I could probably come up with something different. But check out nucleus overload. I would do a phase of it on my biceps, and then I would shift into heavy lifting training with them again, and I would see if they responded better and grew more. That's probably the first thing I would try. I've done similar things on lagging parts on myself. So good question, and thank you. Hey, new question here. Hey, I don't know how specific you're willing to get, but I want to train in a satellite cell building phase like you mentioned for a while. How would you set something up like that split-wise? I want to hit every muscle group around 2 times a week or more often, or at least more often than once every 7 days. Maybe have separate days for bigger groups like legs and back, and have other days where I do several smaller muscle groups. For something like this, I would like to have something more structured. Well, you're describing nucleus overload training as well. You can check out Team 3D Alpha. Check out his channel. What I did is kind of like almost like bro splits ish, where I was training every muscle group twice a week. I think I was doing push-pull for that 18-month period where I was doing a lot of reps and volume. So I would do a push-pull workout where, say, I'd do like bench press and rows, and I'd go back and forth between the two, using a moderate weight that I could rep anywhere from, as the sets went on, the reps would go down, but I'd usually pick a weight for both those exercises that I could do all my sets. So the reps might start out around 30, and by the end of it, they're down to, you know, I don't know, 12. Pretty fast pace, pumping the muscles and burning them. Now that's what I did. That's not exactly nucleus overload training, okay? It's just nucleus overload-ish. And then let's see, okay, so that was chest and back. Then I would have a leg day, you know, where I might do, depends which leg day. If it's like squat day, I would just do like, you know, 20 to 30 sets of lighter weight squats with higher reps. And other days I would do maybe an isolation exercise for quads and an isolation for hamstrings, and do about, you know, 20 to 60 sets depending on how I was feeling that day of lighter weight, higher rep, and fast pace, just back and forth between quads, hams, quads, hams, quads, hams, because this can be very time consuming, this kind of training. So any way you can like superset makes you get more done. You'll get better conditioned, you'll get leaner doing this, you'll look better. But during that time I wasn't doing calves. I should have done, you know, I'll show you guys how to do a super high rep set of calf work pretty soon when I do calves. That pretty much still, the way I train calves now kind of is more nucleus overload. It's not power stuff like I'm doing with the rest of my body. So that I'll be showing soon enough as I cycle through my training each day and show what I'm doing. So yeah, you could do chest back one day, legs one day, arms one day, and then maybe, you know, shoulders and calves one day. Or you could find a way to put more pieces together. You could have you know, an arms and shoulders day. Maybe you could do calves on leg day, and then you could do this in a 3-day cycle and hit it twice a week, and even have a rest day or not, depending on what you want to do. Those are a few thoughts. But check out nucleus overload training so you can understand the concept of it, and then you'll have a better idea what you're trying to do in the muscles. And let me know what you think, and thank you for that question. Okay, more interesting comments. You're honestly one of the wisest, if not the wisest, men I've seen. And pretty funny too. But you clearly don't know how to grow this channel. You can't talk in the dark, and your videos are of bad quality. Well, thank you for both your compliments and criticisms, and anybody should always share whatever they think or feel. Okay? that being said, yeah, if you have $1 million to donate or something, I promise to get much better equipment and a better setup, and have good lighting and a film crew that helps me, so I don't have to do everything myself in a cramped area. Yeah, so the idea is to grow this channel, to expand it, and then of course from that will come better equipment, etc., better skits. I mean, hell, it's going to get to the point where Hollywood's going to call me and I'm going to negotiate with them on playing the next Thor role. And after that, I'll definitely have the funding I need here. So, thank you for your comments. As far as talking in the dark, I can talk in the dark, bro. That's why I do it. Now you're cool. Thank you. Help me grow the channel. And honestly, guys, this channel's only been here for about 2 weeks, and there's almost 500 subscribers, so I wouldn't say that's doing poorly. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I would never defile the legacy of the information that I bring by dumbing it down to fit into some kind of pop culture kind of a thing that's going to get me more views and subscribers, okay? I won't do that. I won't do it because I care enough about me, and I won't do it because I care enough about you. So growth is good and expansion is good, but I'm not willing to trade any of the authenticity of anything that I share here to get more views, okay? I see a lot of people doing a lot of shitty things just to get a lot of attention on their channel, and I'm not going to point fingers or judge anybody, but for me, where the things I share come from, I would not do anything to separate myself from that. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I hope so. But thank you for your comments and questions. Hey man, I know you've sort of talked about dreams. I had a dream last night that I was at a gym at the squat rack and I couldn't figure out what exercise to do. I went onto the pull-up bar and I thought I might get 4 or 5 reps. The first few reps were pretty hard, but then I started pulling so hard that the bar reached my upper abdominals. I kept doing that for many reps, and then I accidentally did a muscle up because the pulls were so effortless. I did some effortless muscle ups in amazement, and then went on with the pull-ups, mixing in muscle ups here and there. It never really got hard, and when I let go of the bar, I knew I had done more than 150 pull-ups, mixing in muscle ups. What could this mean? Does it mean anything, or is it just a dream? Well, for starters, there's no such thing as just a dream. Dreams are symbolic, all the language in it. I'm not the highest level Jedi on dream interpretation, but I'm a lot better than what you're going to find on a random search engine for dream interpretation. And I do recognize some of the symbols in your dream. Let me tell you a few pieces of it, but remember, dreams come from a very wise place, and they have multiple meanings on top of meanings, okay? So this is just going to be the tip of the iceberg. Couple things in your dream. You said, I thought I could only do 4 or 5 reps. Okay, the 4 actually means there's something limitation here, involving limitation here, like a 4-sided box. And 5 means your 5 senses in this particular case. So it's saying your 5 senses are limiting you to something that a part of you is trying to rise up and see from a perspective above the 5 senses. When you start doing these pull-ups and they become effortless because you're becoming lighter and you can move upwards easier, this is symbolic for your consciousness moving towards a higher plane, okay? It's a very good sign. If you get to where you're... Hey, Thias. Shh. Calm down. If you get to where you're flying more in dreams, that's a really good sign. In fact, if you're flying a lot in dreams, I recommend you need to learn to become lucid in a dream and ask for a guide, because you're getting closer. You're getting closer to being able to actually communicate with some of your own spirit guides, and it will blow your mind the things they'll teach you if you learn to listen to them. Hopefully that's not too far out, but yeah, there's a lot of meaning in any dream. There's a lot of good symbols in your dream here. At the end, I'm not going to say any more for now, because that's enough, and that's a start. And like I say, I'm not I'm not in the proper zone right now to read this properly for you and get as much information as possible because I'm just moving through this Q&A. You can private message me with dreams, and I'll get in the right zone, and I'll do a much better interpretation for you if you're interested. And this goes for anybody with any dream. I can no doubt get something for you, any of you, out of any dream you have. Part of the symbolic message from your own soul, or a spirit guide, or potentially other characters, but I know enough of the language to get some useful insights for you guys if anybody's interested in that. You can private message me, and then I'll have time to give you a longer personal response. You know, when I'm going over these Q&As, I got to move pretty quick and just touch on each thing. But thank you. Let me know. What does your day look like? Do you stay up late? Do you wake up early? Do you spend time in the sun every day with your family? Are you awake at night using light bulbs, etc.? Throughout the year, my schedule kind of changes. It depends when my kids are in school and I'm homeschooling them and stuff. Right now, I'm naturally kind of a nocturnal creature, so I get up pretty late. Like I got up today at like 1 something, or around 1 o'clock, and I'll probably be up till, you know, at least 3 in the morning. When the kids are in school and I'm their teacher, you know, then I'm on a more normal daytime schedule where I'm up by, you know, 8 or 9 or whatever, and in bed midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. That's kind of the way it's been working for me lately. But yeah, artificial lights, they suck. They're not good for you. Real light is very healthy for your glands, and these artificial lights, they mess you up more than they help. So, yeah, you know. But there's a lot of things you can do to strengthen your system to where all these artificial energies and radio waves and things that are messing with us all the time don't hinder you near as much. Under my health playlist, level up your Jedi vitality if you're interested. Cool question though. Do you have a stretching mobility routine? I don't have a routine. I usually remind myself to stretch my neck around each day because it was getting too tight and out of balance. And then I do some back stretches usually before any workout. A little bit of leg, a little bit of back stretching. Not a particular routine at this point. And that is a way that I could improve. If I put more effort into stretching, I could get more out of it, no doubt. It's something that I'm doing more than I used to. So, you know, I am evolving into more of a person who stretches, who takes the time to do it. You know, I definitely recommend stretching any muscle while it's pumped. You'll get more growth because the fascia gets bigger, and it helps with flexibility too. So I get some stretching doing that. Cool question. What would be your dietary recommendations for an individual prioritizing staying as lean as possible while gaining muscle? Do you think it's possible that one could build muscle at an appreciable rate without gaining body fat at all, like bulking? Absolutely, and I think intermittent fasting is the best place to start with that. It makes your body much more efficient. Almost anyone who's intermittent fasted says they got leaner without even trying. So, and you can definitely build muscle because it improves everything about your metabolism. It really does. Check out my intermittent fasting videos under the health playlist, health-related playlists. There's some links there to get you started researching that, but for me, definitely an intermittent fasting diet is a much better way to get lean than any amount of cardio, to be honest. And cardio is important for other reasons, but yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Check that out. Thanks for your questions. Good questions. Looks like a lot of comments here. So I think I've gotten through the questions basically for now. I'm going to go ahead and timestamp them. That's a good idea. I'll see if people respond well to that. So good call. No. When I'm doing a video, you stay out of the video, son. You understand? Yeah, when you're old enough to decide for yourself if you want the world seeing your face, that'll be another thing. But for now, you deserve your privacy in your childhood. All right, guys. Appreciate the questions and awesome comments. Keep them coming. Spread the word about the nether, okay? There's new exercises here that can do things others can't. There's new concepts here, mentally, spiritually, energetically, that can give you things that I haven't seen coming from anywhere else in this world as well. It's some true, next level, space Viking, Jedi, shaman, yeah, wizardry, alright? Alright. Now remember guys, today, it's part 3 of the back blast. Today's probably going to be some kind of rack pull variations. Fun way to finish off the back. Finish it off. Make it walk the plank. Just make it thicker so things get lost in your back. That's what we're doing. For those of you that are with me, okay? Be ready to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Sounds good, don't it? Yep.
I'm done.
I'm gonna go slap the shit out of myself and get ready. May the force be with you.